You are Locked On Clippers Postcast, part of Locked On Sports Los Angeles on the Locked On Podcast Network. Your team every day.
Or the Locked On Dodgers podcast.
You are Locked On Dodgers Postcast, part of Locked On Sports Los Angeles on the Locked On Podcast Network. Your team every day.
Well. Finally got it started. It is the Locked On Dodgers postcast on the Locked On Dodgers podcast feed. And thanks for watching us on the Locked On Sports LA YouTube channel, the place to hang out when every game is done. I am Pete Fox, and I think it is safe to say that this one is in the what did Chick Hearn used to say? This one's in the refrigerator. This one's in the ice box. The eggs are jiggling. The butter is chilling. Whatever. I can't remember. It's been so long since anybody has said that one. But this Dodger game, although not officially over yet, heading to the bottom of the ninth, it is iced 10-1 after a 4-run ninth inning. And man, it all feels so good. Everything is just rolling along. The one thing that is disappointing about these dominant wins over the Giants, all the Giant fans are going home early. You look over the Dodger dugout and it's just a few Dodger fans and one or two Giant fans sprinkled in there. Everyone's leaving. They're like, screw this. We're out of here. Tonight's postcast is brought to you by PrizePicks, the easiest and most exciting way to play daily fantasy sports. Go to prizepicks.com/LockedOnMLB and use the code, all lowercase, LockedOnMLB for your first deposit match up to $100. The Dodgers just gave up a run, so they will win this one by no worse a score than 10-2. Don't think there's any chance that the Giants will rally, but I don't know. I'm not going to be responsible if they do. Sable got on, and then Matos singled him home. How did Sable get on? Why can't they just come in and just, mow Chrismat, just mow him down like they've been doing? I always feel partially responsible when I start the postcast early and then something like this happens. But it should be fine. Should be fine, right? Should be fine. We're good. There's no way the Giants are going to put up 9 or 10. And where did Sable? Sable led off with a double and then a single from Matos to score him. All right. Well, Chrismat not off to a good start. That probably does a little damage to the Dodger bullpen numbers because they were, have been dominating. They threw up a big stat in the middle of the game. 6th, 7th inning, something to that effect after Gavin Stone went to the bench and the bullpen came in. The bullpen has a stretch going right now over the last 20 games, dating back to April 21st, where they are still sub 1, 0.98 ERA. So we'll have to see what it is after Chrismat gave up that single there to score a run for the Giants, but I'm sure it's still going to be right around there. So yeah, tonight, big news at the plate. Dodgers after this win. Well, we're not there yet. I'll share that number with you later. But 6 of 17 with runners in scoring position. That's huge because, even when they've been winning, they've been struggling with runners in scoring position, figuring out other ways to score runs, home runs with nobody on, etc. But it's of course it's gotten better, but that's still been an issue of theirs of late for sure. So it's nice to see that. And then 9 extra base hits. That's even more encouraging and more exciting. And then when you look at just the production across the board, even James Outman got an extra base hit today. He had a double. So he went 1 for 3 with the run scored. Gavin Lux 1 for 4. Pajes, the golden sombrero, striking out 4 times. You can tell he's scuffling a little bit. He even took off his batting gloves in his last at bat. So he struck out 4 times, 0 for 5. Max Muncy 0 for 4. Did score a run because, how did he get on? I don't know. He no, he didn't score a run. An RBI on a sac fly Teoscar Hernandez, 2 for 3, 3 RBI. Will Smith, 2 for 4, picking up where he left off yesterday. Freddie Freeman got one in the 9th. He was on an 0 for 12 streak at that point, so he broke that. Scored twice, had an RBI, struck out twice with a walk. And Shohei Ohtani, another big day. I mean, this team honestly goes as Shohei goes. When Shohei is hot, which he is right now, it feels like the Dodgers don't have any problems. That game on Sunday that they lost 5-0, it was ugly. Shohei Ohtani was on the bench, I think, for the first time this year. And I don't know about you, but I was nitpicking and got a little panicked at that point because that batting average over 7 games was sub 200. Well, they cleared that up real fast thanks to the Giants bullpen. So Ohtani today, 3 for 5, 2 RBI, 1 run scored. Miguel Rojas got in there. He got a base hit. I believe it was a double. And Mookie Betts, 2 for 4, 2 runs scored, 1 strikeout. Now batting 345. Ohtani, 361. Let's check to see where that is standing in the league. Yes, still leading the league. 353 is Stephen Kwan of the Cleveland Guardians. Called them the Indians the other night after a couple of beers to a fellow media guy. He was like, Guardians, almost like I said something, foul, because it's the Guardians. I'm like, I know. Just that of all the name changes that have happened across the board in sports, Cleveland Indians is the one I can't get past, right? I feel like that was just standard issue, classic baseball. But I get that it's offensive, but to me, it was more like paying homage to Native Americans. I don't think it was like, if you get rid of Chief Wahoo, I think that would have solved the problem. But anyway, whatever. It is what it is. Cleveland Guardians is cool. I still get tripped up on it and call them the Cleveland Indians, not from time to time, like fairly regularly. I just can't get that one locked in yet. So Shohei Ohtani still leading the league, 363. Kwan of Cleveland is 353. Contreras of the Milwaukee Brewers, 352. Trey Turner, 343. And Mookie Betts, number 5 in the league. This is before tonight's action. They have him at 341, and what I say was 353. So he'll jump up a little bit. He could be tied for second with Kwan. So that's nice. Dodgers it's now officially final, a 10-2 win to win the series against the Giants, and take 2 of 3 at a minimum. They look for the sweep tomorrow. Gavin Stone got the win. He looked very good. I wouldn't say dominant, but he was hitting spots, and efficient was the word I used in the notes. Very efficient, because he had long about the 4th inning, and he was averaging 12 pitches per frame and 15 of 25 first pitch strikes. I'm starting to pay attention to that box score information a little bit more and see what it ultimately means. That, that's the kind of stuff we do here on the Postcast. We dig deep into these games and kind of tell you what we think and what we saw. So that's not a stat that I've usually spent a lot of time looking at or focusing at. It's the first, they break it down like this. It's pretty interesting. First pitch strikes versus batters faced. So for Stone, 15 first pitch strikes versus 25 batters faced. Not bad. Not great, but not bad. Like, I'm sure if he was just dealing and, striking out more than 2, those numbers would be different. But it is nice to get off to a good start. First pitch strikes are very, very important. The other one that is interesting, and I haven't quite figured out what it all means or how to break it down for you yet, but I'll get there at some point. The next stat is called strikes, swinging strikes, foul balls, in-play strikes. And this is how it broke down for Stone. 14 called strikes, 11 swinging strikes. So that's 25, balls. It's basically how often or how frequently he's in the zone. Balls that were fouled off were 13 and balls in play were 20. So he was living around the zone today. Very efficient, through just 90 pitches over 6 innings, giving up 1 run on 5 hits, walking 3, striking out 2. Dodgers win it 10-2 comfortably. 2 big innings. Everybody got hits. Everybody got on base. It was fun to watch. We'll get into it a little bit more, and we'll break it down on the Diamond Dogs list after this. I'm Pete Fox. This is the Locked On Dodgers Postcast. Thank you for joining me here on the Locked On Sports LA YouTube channel, the place to hang out when every game is done, and for listening on the Locked On Dodgers podcast feed. All right, tonight's show, as it frequently is, brought to you by PrizePicks. I really wanted to get one in tonight. I was like, I haven't done one in a couple of days. And then I logged in, and it was all WNBA stuff. And I don't know anything about WNBA other than Caitlin Clark is a big deal, and I don't necessarily understand why. I mean, she's good. I understand that, but I don't understand why she's exploded and skyrocketed the way she has. And I've had this conversation with other big-time sports fans, media people who are like, why is Caitlin Clark this superstar? I don't get it. I mean, I can understand that she's the #1 draft pick, and she's exciting, and she's great and all that, but I mean, it's taken it to a new level. So I'm still trying to figure that out. So I got sidetracked by all the WNBA stuff. And then I went over, started looking at baseball stuff. And remember, I was talking about yesterday, the home runs. I was like, yeah, I should pick somebody. I'm going to go find Shohei Ohtani and go above on home runs for Shohei Ohtani. He wasn't on there. I was like, damn it. They had, some other Dodgers that I was like, I don't know. I don't feel like he's going to hit a home run. So wasn't willing to go down that road. And then there was, how many they had paired Gavin Stone with Wynn. And it was like, how many hits will they give up in the first inning combined? And I was like, well, the number I think was 2.5. And I was like, it could be 0, right? And I believe it was. These guys were both locked in for the first 3 innings. Dodgers were hitless for the first 3 innings, and I don't believe anything happened. So I probably would have gone above and lost that one too. So I'm glad I didn't do anything there. But I promise tomorrow I'm going to nut up and go put together a prize pick, and I will include mostly goblins. I stay away from the demons. I'm not a big fan. It's the newest and most exciting way to play prize picks. Squares marked with red demons or green goblins give you different payouts. Green being a little bit lower, a little bit safer, a little bit easier. Red demons are higher, pay you more. If you get 4 of those, you can win up to 100 times your money with just 4 correct picks. And of course, the other thing I love so far about PrizePicks is quick deposits and easy withdrawals. My initial deposit, super painless and hassle-free. And I got that 100% bonus on my first deposit. So use the code LOCKEDONMLB and you will get a first deposit match of up to $100. That's prizepicks.com/LockedOnMLB for a first deposit match up to $100. Pick more, pick less. PrizePicks. It is that easy. Yeah, the one thing I always struggle with on PrizePicks, they make you pick 2 players, which is not a problem, but they make you pick from 2 different teams. If it were up to me, I would just pick Dodgers the whole time. That's just what I would do. I would be like, Gavin Lux is on a run. I'm going to say he's going to have a total bases of 3 or something, which he did tonight in one swing of the bat. So you're right, Craig. Lux looks very good. Let's get to the Diamond Dogs list because Lux is on it. But first at number 5, Shohei Ohtani's home run. All of this came in the top of the 4th inning. The top 3 on the Diamond Dogs list was a big 4th inning that broke it open for the Dodgers, and they never looked back. Shohei Ohtani hit a 446 blast to a portion of Oracle Park where you don't see baseballs hit all that often. Kind of right center there where the field juts out a little bit towards McCovey Bay. It was a first pitch slider, his 12th of the year. Made it 1-0. It was an absolute no-doubter. For number 4 on the Diamond Dogs list, Teoscar Hernandez at an RBI double to center, his 35th RBI of the season. For number 3, Gavin Lux had a sweet triple that was another one of those balls that just kind of kept carrying, and it's abnormal for Oracle because of that marine layer, but the Dodgers have been smoking it so much so that they've been hitting to these deep parts of the ballpark where you don't see a lot of balls landing. Well, that's where Lux's triple landed in the 4th to center field. It came on a 1-2 splitter, and it extended the Dodgers lead a little bit more. Then Will Smith had an RBI single, scoring Mookie Betts to make it 5-0. It was a first pitch sinker, And then Mookie tripled to right center. In the notes or the box score, it said it was center field, but I was watching, I'm like, that's not center field. That is right center at best, more like right field, but let's just say right center. It came on a 1-0 slider. It was his second hit of the night, and he came in to score, which added on to the Dodgers lead there in the ninth inning. Shohei Ohtani knocked him in, and here's Ohtani's ticker for the night, breaking his night down, which was fantastic as usual. Best on the team, most hits, 3 hits. He flied out to left field. Then he hit a home run in his second at bat, that 446-foot towering blast. Then a single to center in his third at bat. His fourth at bat was a walk. No, what was his fourth at bat? What did I put? DB. What's DB? I can't even read my writing. D3. I don't know what he did his third at bat, his fourth at bat, but it must have been a hit, right? Because he had a hit, single again. Then he grounded out in his fifth at bat. So double. Oh, DB is double. Don't even know my own freaking notes or my own abbreviations. Yeah, Dodgers are on fire. BC. It is. It's hard to criticize anything when everybody is hitting, except for Andy Pajes tonight. But I just had a feeling that hot streak was going to come to an end, and I'm not wishing this upon him. But I do believe he's going to have to continue to try to level out that swing and try and shorten it up a little bit, because he is just too long with that swing, and they're starting to figure him out. So even when you've got the Giants bullpen, which is constantly struggling, worst ERA in the league, they're getting him out 4 times tonight, 4 strikeouts. Let's do a quick little trivia question for you here, because I was blown away when I learned this. Who leads? You can answer in the comments. Who leads the Dodgers in RBIs? I was blown away when I heard this number, right? And you can narrow it down to probably 3 or 4 guys, right? It's either Mookie, Ohtani, Will Smith, Freddie Freeman, or Teoscar Hernandez. Don't cheat. Don't cheat. And if you saw it during the game, then okay, cool. Yes, Craig's the first one to get it. Blown away. Teoscar Hernandez leads the Dodgers with 35 RBI, but he's got a 249 batting average, but his slugging is huge. 497 slugging percentage. So he is getting it done when he needs to. And that's one of those things where you don't feel bad when Teoscar Hernandez has an 0 for 4 night or something like that, because most of the time he is putting up numbers. Again, 3 RBI today to extend that lead. That's huge. I mean, he has been a golden addition to this team. I absolutely love that guy, and he just seems to be having so much fun out there. So you don't think he had his best stuff? See, here's my question for you, Greg. Stone, not his best stuff, but pitched good. What is Stone's best stuff? I mean, if that's not it, what is it? I mean, he could have been a little bit better, but not much. I think for a rookie, I mean, that's about the best you're going to get out of Gavin Stone. It might have been better if he, had more first pitch strikes and scattered a few less hits, a few fewer hits. But he gave up 1 run, walked too many. I'll give you that. If he had 1 walk and 4 Ks, that would have been a better outing. All right, I'm with you on that. Not his best stuff, but pretty good. 3.27 ERA. Needs to be a little bit lower. What is Maximus Nevada have to say? Pajes cringe stat line just to complain about something. Yes, right. 4 Ks. I remember when I played college ball, and it was just junior college ball. I mean, striking out 3 times was the most demoralizing thing you could think of. I mean, I remember one time it was like a scrimmage. It wasn't even a real game. I struck out 3 times and I went home and had a 6-pack in college. And my tolerance was a little different. I think I passed out on the couch, and I think it was like Michelob. Tonight's kind of special. So that was 3 strikeouts was just the worst thing that could happen. And in the last, 5 years or so, of course, striking out is nobody cares as much as they used to. And nobody looks at 3 strikeouts and says, what is wrong? Something's got to be done. Something's got to be changed, fix that. No, 4 strikeouts. The golden sombrero is not even as offensive as it as 3 used to be, the hat trick. So I hope he just shakes it off and comes back tomorrow, has that water on a duck's back sort of mentality. But 4 strikeouts is just not fun. Now, if you struck out 4 times and you got on base with a walk or something, we can ask James Outman how that feels. I don't think Outman has struck out that many times in one game this year, but he's definitely had 3. He had 2 tonight, but got a double and scored a run, had a walk. He's been getting on base with the walk. His on-base percentage is, decent at 256. You'd like to see his batting average there and another 100 points on his on-base percentage. His slugging percentage is pretty paltry at 282. So hopefully he can find it. We keep saying it night after night. Hopefully he finds something. It just, when he strikes out, he still looks awful, right? Gavin Lux, when he was striking out in that slump, and now he's come out of that slump and batting 202. When he strikes out, he looks better. Tonight, Gavin Lux, just 1 hit, but he didn't strike out, and all of his balls were hard hit, put in play, squared up, kind of a bad break here and there, maybe hit it right at a guy, but he hit, good contact. I mean, I think that's the most important thing, and that's what makes you feel good when you make an out, but that also makes you feel like that person is starting to find it and come out of this slump. Maximus has a nice, good stat here. 333 batting average today for the team. That is unheard of. Dodgers put up a 10-2 win. Take game 2 against the Giants, win the series at Oracle. They will look for the sweep tomorrow. Gavin Stone got the win. He's now 4-1. We'll take our final break, come back and wrap it up. We'll try to find a little bit more negativity, right? Just to, kind of check ourselves and not feel too over the moon with excitement. We'll find a little bit more negativity. Feel free to dig around in the box score during the break and find something negative to share, because we could talk about positivity all night. There's just nothing but positive actions in this one. All good. But we'll try to find a little bit of negativity after this. All right. Tonight's show also brought to you by Policygenius. It's the country's leading online insurance marketplace. Saves you time and money so you can provide your family with financial safety starting as soon as today. You go to policygenius.com. You can find life insurance policies that start at $292 per year for $1 million of coverage. Some options offer same-day approval and avoid unnecessary medical exams, so it makes it a more efficient process. They have no incentive to recommend one insurer over another, so you can just trust their guidance. Policygenius helps you compare options from top companies, and their team of licensed experts is on hand to help you walk through the information. They'll explain it to you and answer all of your questions. Check life insurance off your to-do list in no time with Policygenius. Head to policygenius.com/LockedOnMLB to get your free life insurance quotes and see how much money you could save. That's policygenius.com/LockedOnMLB. All right, Dodgers with a 10-2 win over the Giants. They had 4 in the 4th, 4 in the 9th, 1 in the 7th, and 1 in the 5th. 4-run innings are huge. I love that because it feels like so much more. It feels like when you put 4 runs up in a frame, that's awesome. Oh, that's another thing. Thanks for bringing that up, Craig. I wrote down that note, but I forgot to get to it. Craig's like my producer. He's like my unofficial producer. He reads my mind. I said this coming out of the Padres series. Craig mentioned it, and I agreed that the Padres only get up for the Dodgers, and then they're going to go. I said it jokingly. They're going to go into Colorado and get pushed around by the lowly Rockies. I'm like, no, they'll probably keep it rolling. Rockies stink. No, they've lost the first 2 games to the Rockies. Rockies have won like 7 in a row. It's just like, that is unbelievable how the Padres cannot keep any momentum rolling. But when they play the Dodgers, they look like world beaters. It's unbelievable. So that is just surprising Roy is asking who opens tomorrow. That's a good question. They said they're going to make that decision for the bullpen day based on who pitches tonight and how much work they get in. So it is a fluid situation. I don't think they know at this point. They'll probably know first thing in the morning, and we'll know as soon as they do. Yeah, probably. It's another good point from Craig. Probably Yarborough, maybe Grove. But Yarborough's been so good of late that that'd be a good. And he can burn up at least 2, maybe even 3. So that'd be a good place to start. I'm with you on that one, Craig. Another thing I found interesting about this game was nothing to do with the game other than the fact that Wilmer Flores played in the game. I don't know if you caught this or not, but this is also bizarre and mind-boggling. Wilmer Flores is one of like 7 Wilmer Floreses in his family. So his dad is Wilmer Flores. That makes sense to me. I think his grandfather is probably Wilmer Flores, but there's no junior or the third or any of that stuff going on. They're all just Wilmer Flores. But guess who else is Wilmer Flores? All of Wilmer Flores' brothers. They're all named Wilmer Flores. What? How do you name? This is what George Foreman did, right? But at least he put like 1, 2, 3. I mean, they're all named Wilmer Flores. That makes no sense to me. At least Junior, the third, something. But they're like everybody is just named Wilmer Flores. And then they come up with like nicknames. I guess he's got a younger brother who's a good player and they call him Chiquito or something like that. That's cool, cute. I get it. But make their middle name Wilmer Flores, like, Stefan Wilmer Flores. Everyone's got a first name that you, or make their first name Wilmer and then their middle name different so they can have, everyone's named Wilmer. Really? What's so cool about that name? Wilmer. I was blown away by that. It's so bizarre. Everyone's got the same name. Your name is Wilmer. Your name is Wilmer. So are you. We're all Wilmer. Welcome to the Wilmers. Just how does that work? I mean, other than the nicknames, I don't understand how that. Well, this is a thing. This is Jeff, Locked On Dodgers. Juan Uribe's kids are all named Juan, Wani, Yanni, Yohani. That's okay. I mean, at least that they're a little different, like LeBron naming his son Bronny, but I think that's just a nickname. His name is something else. What? Juan Locked On Wilmers. Juan, Wani, Yanni, and Yohani. That's cute. That's cute. I'm okay with that. If their names are officially Juan, Wani, Yanni, Yohani, that's a little different. That's not everybody's named Wilmer. We're just the Wilmers. Everybody's got the same name. I really want to know what's behind all that. I understand the grandfather, the son, the grandson, the junior, the third. I get that. That's fine. Respect to the elders. I understand that. But all of the kids with the same name, just, all right. Did we find anything negative in this thing to look at? Fireheisen, zeros. He looked real good. Varland gave up a hit and a walk. Okay. Chrismat. Let's bust on Chrismat a little bit. We got about a minute left here. 3 hits in the 9th. What's wrong with that guy? Send him to the minors. We're done with you, Chrismat. You've had 2 rough outings in a row. We don't need that. I'll give Pajes a little bit of credit because that was our other negativity for the night. 4 Ks for Pajes. He did have a line drive on his other out, but 0 for 5. He did make a very nice play in right field. Nice arm. Almost threw out Chapman there on that double in the 8th. If Mookie had come up with the short hop, it would have been an easy tag and Chapman would have been out. So he has the real deal arm out there in right field. I don't think that's a surprise to anybody, but we haven't seen a whole lot of it. So that was positivity on a tough night for Andy Pajes when just about everybody else felt really good about their night right now. sitting in the locker room, eating chicken, drinking beer, feeling really good about a 10-2 win. 2 hits for Mookie Betts. Miguel Rojas came in off the bench, got a hit. Shohei Ohtani, a home run and 3 hits. Freddie Freeman, 1 hit, 2 runs. Will Smith, 2 hits. Teoscar Hernandez, 2 hits and 3 RBI. Max Muncy, 0 for. Pajes, 0 for 5 with 4 Ks. Gavin Lux, a triple, and James Outman had a double, moving his average up to 155. 3 triples on the day for the Dodgers, part of 13 hits in all and 9 extra base hits. A solid chest-thumping win, 10-2 the final, winning the series against the Giants and looking for the sweep tomorrow. But, it's not going to be as sweet because all the Giant fans are going to sit home and whine, not show up. It'll be more Dodger fans there than Giant fans. Take that. All right. Thanks for joining me here. We'll talk again tomorrow. I'm Pete Fox. This is the Locked On Dodgers postcast on the Locked On Sports LA YouTube channel. And you can listen to us on the Locked On Dodgers podcast feed. Don't forget to check out Jeff and Vince. They'll break this one down for you here in just a little bit, and it'll be up for you later tonight. And then, of course, on into tomorrow morning. They host the Locked On Dodgers podcast on the daily basis. Your team every day right here on Locked On. Again, thanks for joining me. I'm Pete Fox. We will talk again tomorrow. Dodgers win it 10-2, improving to 29-15, 14-7 on the road. Giants fall to 19-25, 11-10 at home. Have a good night. Talk to you tomorrow.